Ancient Egyptian women were the rock that society was based on, but they were also at the forefront of looking at the future and looking to what was possible in the ancient world. Hi, my name is Erin Brannigan. I am the Content Exhibition Specialist here at National Geographic Museum. That means I write, research, and edit for all of the exhibitions here at the Society. We're sitting in the middle of the Queens of Egypt exhibition, our newest exhibition, which takes us back about 3,500 years to ancient Egypt, to the New Kingdom, which was a time when women ruled just as strongly as men on the throne. In most societies in the ancient world, women were considered secondary to men, but in Egypt, women had legal equality to men, which meant that they were able to hold jobs outside the home, that they were able to sue for divorce, they could bring trial to court, they could be punished by the court's justice, they could own property or inherit property. It gave them a lot of opportunities that weren't afforded to women in other societies around the ancient world. Queens especially were sort of at the forefront of government. They were expected to support their husbands, as most women were, and queens really exerted a lot of power behind the throne, so they were able to participate in diplomatic affairs. Some of them learned to read and write, which was quite unusual for people at the time, not just women, but all people. So they really had a much more privileged position in society than most women in the ancient world did. My favorite story that comes out of ancient Egypt is about Queen Hatshepsut. So she started out as a queen regent, but she actually became pharaoh herself. She ruled the country along with her nephew, who was very young for most of the time. But she actually ruled as pharaoh for 22 years, which is really unprecedented in all of ancient Egyptian history. And she was so powerful and wanted to sort of cement her power and solidify her power that she actually started dressing as a man in public and had herself carved in the likeness of a typical male pharaoh in many of her carvings and statues, including the male kilt and a false beard. She actually wore a fake beard to sort of prove that she was one of the boys. Women today really can look at the past and look especially at the way that women in ancient Egypt ruled on the throne. Their time on the throne is generally marked by a lot of peace and prosperity, as opposed to many of the pharaohs who were almost like warlords. They wanted to expand the empire's borders, so they fought a lot of wars. So I think that that's very instructive for female leaders today and voters today, looking at that and looking at the way that women rule versus the way that men rule, and maybe they'll be inspired to choose what they want to see in their own futures.